All right, hello gentlemen, my name is Mark Gonzalez. I'm with Colica Energy. I'm the commissioning agent for this generator. It's an MTU generator. One of the first things I would like you to do is walk around the system with me. As you can see, we have all the doors open. Once a month, when you do your monthly inspections, you should open up all the doors, look at the top of the fuel tank. Top of the fuel tank is the first place you're gonna see a problem. If there's a leak or a puddle, you'll see it in here. Just be aware that the generator is weatherproof, not watertight. So if there's water inside, it's okay. It's weatherproof. It's not watertight. You'll get water in here. So if you see a puddle, make sure you know there's a difference between the texture of water and coolant. You have your dipstick here, radiator cap right here, air filter, fuel filters, fuel filter. Walk around this way. You have your fueling station right here. When fueling the generator, you need a 2-inch cam lock connection with a tanker truck. You can't just come in with a gun and pump in. It won't let you. So make sure you guys have a tanker truck to do the fueling. It'll lock off at 95%. When it locks off, you'll get a high fuel level alarm here. That high fuel level alarm will not go away and it will be obnoxious. Make sure you push silent and it should make it be quiet. Here's your test button. Once a month, make sure you test it. Oh, here, I'll fix it for you. It's not bad. You have one fuel gauge right here. It's primarily just for fueling. Just so you know, these two gauges are never going to be the same, ever. That's because the tank bows in different locations, so the depths are at different heights. You have your vent pipes. This is your explosion vent for your rupture basin, explosion vent for your main tank, and your atmospheric vent for your main tank. Come on and walk this way. You have your engine starter, your Group 31 battery. This is your main output breaker. This breaker is for the diesel particulate filter, and this is your spare breaker. If these two breakers are ever off, you have a big giant paperweight. You should never run the generator with this breaker off because then your diesel particulate filter will not be powered on. It uses generator power to heat up the elements to bake it. If this is off, you won't get power to your ATS, you won't have power to your building. So if these two are off, this one can cause catastrophic damage, and this one is a giant paperweight. So always make sure you leave these two on. Don't lock them on though, just make sure they're on. If you lock them on and there's a problem downstream, they won't be able to trip correctly. The particulate filter is self-cleaning. All right, let's go ahead and walk back around. So if you guys want to come in here, come on this side and look in this way. This display is for your particulate filter, and it tells you, if one light's red and one light's green, what it's doing. This is your battery charger, and right here is your block heater.
It looks like the one that you're about to put in that other one.
Yeah. You have your primary fuel gauge right here, which reads to the display panel.
Okay.
Any questions on the generator and its components?
Over here.
I just pointed out it's right here in front. It's a teapot heater. It plugs in right here.
This one?
Yes, sir. As you can see, it's valved on both ends.
Okay.
You got a valve on the back of the block and a valve at the
120, 240?
120. Okay. And it says it right here on the tag, 1800 watt.
1800 watt. Okay.
120 volt.
Heater and the charger?
Yes, sir.
Separate circuits?
Yes, sir. All right. Here is the serial number for the Ripos filter, the serial number for the complete package, excluding the Ripos filter. The Ripos is aftermarket, not sold by MTU. This is your alternator serial number. Here's your serial number for the engine itself. So where it says engine number, that's your serial number. Certification number, that's your model number, OM926 LA.
What did you say the other breaker was for? The one that's on the far left?
That's your spare breaker. Any questions about the generator, engine, and its components? Okay.
Is there when I run I run it once a month? Is there a minimum amount of time?
We recommend to run the generator every other week for 15 minutes or once a month for 30.
Question.
30 is a
All right, you want to stop right there?
Yeah.
Just so you
Oh, we didn't have a camera on. Leak, huh?
All right. So just so you guys know, this is your panel. Is everybody familiar with this panel? Okay. So can you show me how to get to engine hours?
Roll. Metering. Engine.
Perfect. Go ahead and back all the way out. Who else feels comfortable with this panel?
I'm usually the one that does the generator, so none of these other.
All right, can you show me how to get to alarms? Metering, go right, go up. Go right to metering, go down. No. You have alarms and pre-alarms right there. Perfect, non-active alarms. All right. Go ahead and back all the way out. Can you show me how to get to generator voltage? No. All right, come on. So, like I said again, this is your guys' generator. You arrow over right, go into metering. Arrow over right, go down to generator bus. Generator voltage is right there. Feel good? Any other menu that you would ever need from this screen, you arrow over right, go into metering, and you'll just scroll down.
Okay, and
It's pretty self-explanatory, the menus.
And just to go back to voltages, from there you go to voltages, and then
Yeah, from there you just go back.
bus,
Gen bus, voltages. So you don't have a load bus because this is not a paralleling gear. So it's only going to read the gen bus. Synchronization you're not going to have because you're not parallel to another unit either. So a lot of these menus are not used because it's a standalone unit.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Eric, can you show me how to get to something? Event logs?
I can, so I'll try.
Fantastic. I didn't go over it yet.
Good. What are you looking for?
Event logs. Go ahead and arrow right into metering. And then you just go arrow down. Arrow right. Show log. Perfect.
There it is.
There it is. Okay, as you can see, somebody who just walked in didn't know what it was. This panel is very easy to manipulate and run through. All you have to do is from the main screen, you arrow over right, you go into the metering menu. The other menu settings, you won't have access to because it has a password. I won't give you the password. You have to read the book to get the password. Super simple. But yeah, the summary, you won't ever go into either. You're mainly going to go into metering. From the metering menu, you have engine, which is one that you guys are going to use. Generator bus you'll use. You'll skip all the way down. You might use run statistics. Run statistics will give you the cumulative run of the generator, the total runtime, the total loadal runtime, and the total unloaded runtime. If you go to session, it'll tell you how long it just ran. So we just ran it, not long enough to mark a minute. Again, not long enough to mark a minute, not long enough to mark a minute. From there, you can go into status. Status is one you won't use. Inputs and outputs you won't use. Alarms, no active alarms, no active pre-alarms. You won't use that one. Event log, you won't use either. It may seem helpful, but it's not. Event log descriptions, it'll give you a list of different alarms and how many times they have occurred. The reason why this is not helpful is because it doesn't do it in any kind of order. It only gives you the highest numbers. J1939 ECU. This won't be any help because it's talking to a Mercedes through a communication module. The J1939 alarms codes don't come up right. You have to use a Mercedes-Benz software to read the J1939 alarms, which is a pain. But any questions on navigating the controller?
I guess it's exercise.
We'll get to that. All right, we're going to show you how the alarms and pre-alarms look. So a pre-alarm is an alarm to say, hey, come take a look at me. There we go. So like I said, a pre-alarm is, hey, come take a look at me. As you can see, we have a low fuel pre-alarm. It's going to be a beeping tone. To reset a pre-alarm, all you have to do is put fuel in it. To silence any alarm, you push silence here, and you'll come in to the remote annunciator and push silence here. So like I said, the only way to reset a pre-alarm is to actually put fuel in it, and that alarm state will clear on its own. Now we'll give you a shutdown alarm. Oh. Shutdown alarm can be an e-stop. So as you can see, we have an e-stop. Silence the alarm. Silence the alarm. To clear a shutdown alarm, you clear the alarm state. In this case, it's emergency stop. As you can see, it's a latching alarm. It's still on emergency stop, even though the e-stop is pulled. Push off, go back into auto, and now it's reset. That goes for any kind of shutdown alarm that there is. As soon as you push off, it will reset that alarm. So if you shut down on high coolant temp, it goes into shutdown state, push off. Now that shutdown state is cleared. Any questions on clearing alarms?
Is that the only e-stop on the machine?
No, there's another emergency stop right behind this gentleman. Okay. No, is it behind you or no? It's inside the wall, I think. Yeah, there's another break glass right inside this room. I don't know why they put it inside the room.
Will the main trip on any fault condition?
No, only on. It was just shut the engine off. Yeah.
Would it reset even though the fault may not be clear?
No, the fault has to be clear.
Clear before it can reset.
Yeah. So like if you shut down on high engine temperature is 221 degrees, if it doesn't drop below 221 degrees, you will not be able to reset. It will stay latched. As soon as it drops to 210, that's your pre-alarm state. So your pre-alarm will be on, but your shutdown state will be unlatched. So you can potentially still run, but you'll be in high engine temperature pre-alarm. Any questions on alarms or resetting alarms? Okay. To start and run the generator, it's going to be its normal state. It's going to be like this in auto. You're going to hit off, and you're going to hit run. As soon as you hit run, the generator will start and run until you push off and take it back to auto. Very important that you always take it back to auto, because if it's not in auto, it's a big giant paperweight. And if it's not in auto, you'll get an alarm at the fire alarm panel saying unit off or generator off and a trouble.
Will that also send a signal to RPU? I mean, not to RPU, but
that has to be answered by
PD,
the
UCR PD.
fire alarm guys have to answer that. So when you're working at night, they're very nice to you guys and put in little lights. It's right there, and they light up right inside. Lights are on an automatic timer. As soon as you push it once, they'll come on, I think, for 30 minutes.
The LED.
Yeah. And they're expensive. Yeah. So we can adjust the timer. So as long as you guys want it. But I think right now it's set for like 30 minutes. Okay. All right. So this generator is 150 kW. It puts out 226 amps at 480 volts. Any questions? Any questions on the generator at all?
Who do we go to with the service? You want to get an annual? That'd be Colocut.
You can actually go pretty much anywhere, but the filters you use have to be MTU filters for the length of your warranty. If you use filters out of the length of your warranty, you can void your warranty. It is what it is, you know? So if you have 1 year, make sure you stock up on MTU filters. We recommend to perform services every 250 hours or once a year. We recommend that you have a logbook brought out in here, because I don't know what air quality control is like out here, but if they don't see a log, they may ding you on that. Service logbook, monthly inspections, running the generator manually, stops. Any questions? Did you guys do
EHS takes care of. We have a law, but that goes to EHS, right?
I
EHS
submit the hours.
for AT&T.
Yeah, I submit the hours monthly. I keep
the logbook out here? So if you want, this is an empty panel. You can remove this panel and you can set your logbook in here, or you can put a little box in here, but this is an empty panel.
Question, like in the first year or 2 years, is there a retorquing or tightening motor and we're running it?
No, there's no break-in period. Yeah. Any other questions? Any questions on how a generator works? Okay, we'll move on to the ATS. All right, so just so everybody knows, this breaker here is the breaker for the ATS. If we shut this breaker off, the generator will start and fire up. I just want you guys to remember that. And then this is your main for the whole panel. All right, let's go ahead and move over to the transfer switch. Let's get everybody back. Okay, does everybody know how a transfer switch works? Fantastic. Voltage accepted, switch in normal source available, switch in normal source, bypass time delays, manual retransfer mode from automatic to manual. Read your voltages, emergency voltages. That's pretty much it. You're really not going to do a lot in here. We really don't even want you guys opening this. This is a bypass isolation switch, so if need be, if the switch does need service, we can bypass the system, pull the switch out and service it, and you can still be connected to your normal or emergency source.
Are you going to show us how to do it?
No. Because that involves opening this box, and I don't open that box without the proper PPE.
Can you see it?
Not without the proper PPE.
Can you show us a load test? The actual transfer.
If Turner allows me to drop power, yes.
See that? I don't want to see a drop test, but right from this deal here, you should be able to do a monthly test like my generator guy does, and you'll see a blip as far as the transfer of power. You can do it from right here.
Yeah, but he has to be okay that power is gonna be turned off in there for a second.
All right. And then
Turn. We're good?
See how fast that was? Get it split. Retransfer the same way.
You want to wait the whole 30 minutes?
Done.
That's what you do.
Yay. So Mark,
Yes, sir.
give us the gist of why a bypass switch is even incorporated, right? Because this is a somewhat medical facility, we have some stuff.
Okay,
If I just give us the rundown. I
so
want all my guys to know how these things are.
so we have a bypass isolation switch. For whatever reason, you lose your switch. You're not able to switch to emergency or back to normal. You'll go ahead and put the system in manual mode and you'll manually bypass it to whatever source you want it to, either emergency or normal. Once the switch is bypassed to that state, you can go ahead and rack out that switch, pull it out, put it on the ground, and start testing contactors and verifying that the switch is operating correctly. Once the switch is operating correctly, you can rack it back in, put it back in, rack it back in, and then move it back into the transfer automatic switch.
Anybody understand that? All right.
Allows you to do maintenance.
Allows you to do maintenance on the automatic transfer switch without taking your facility completely offline.
Okay. So now, are we saying that the only way for us to do that is to call a cola cut or a company out?
No, you should have the correct PPE to be opening this door. You should have the correct knowledge on how to operate and work on the switch itself. I am not here to teach you guys how to service the switch, unfortunately. Because if we were, we'd all have to get on all our correct FR.
Every last one of these guys, except for my electrician lampers, have class suits up to 40 cal, right? And we don't yet see the art class stickers on here, right? So that has to be put on here before we even touch it, right? And if the art class rating is higher than what our suits are capable, as far as protection, then we would have to shut those. Right? So in the event that we had to do it, the reason why most of these guys are here, they wanted to make sure that they were operating.
So
Should we decide to self-perform a transfer? Maintenance. Otherwise, yeah, we will have to continue to call Cola or CAT or ASCO, Snyder Electric and stuff like that.
I'd call ASCO to come work on this. It's their switches.
But there's other folks who work on ASCO. I don't even know if they're still around. I haven't worked with them in a long time.
They actually
Yeah.
came and did commissioning on their unit.
Okay.
I thought they were going to be here for training of their equipment.
Right, is that possible to set that up? To have ASCO come out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll go ahead and stop training here. And then, so this is your portable hookup. This alarm will let you know when the breaker on the main generator is off, and it's safe to go ahead and put in your portable. You have your auto start hookups here, your 120 for your block heater and battery charger for your portable, and a 30 amp for the same, and a phase rotation checker. And this connects to the interlock, the ASCO interlock system. Yeah, this is for your portable hookup. Just bring in your portable, hook it up, then you switch sources on that interlock, and then that feeds your ATS. Any questions? Nope. Okay, that's it.